Okay, good morning, friends. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Habayim. Continuing with the great principle that any day that you learn a Rabbi Eiger is a good day. Let's try that. Rashi tells us, today we're going to be focusing on Daf Peches. Rashi tells us on the top of Peches and Aleph that the Gemara is in the context that the Mishnah said that if an Eid Echad says that she already received the Ksuba, or if she admits to part of the Ksuba, then she has to swear. The Gemara originally thought, Rami Bar Chama thought it's a Shua Dairaisa, and the Gemara says it's not a Shua Dairaisa. Shua Dairaisa is only when you swear and you're off the hook. You never swear and collect. So the Gemara says both if she's Paigemes Ksubasa and if an Eid Echad says that she was paid, in both of these cases it's only a Shua D'Rabbanan. But, says the Gemara, there is a way for the husband to obligate her to swear Shua Dairaisa. How is that? If he pays her the Ksuba in front of two Eidim, and then he'll have an aid that he paid back the first time, and he'll consider that a loan. So then she'll have to swear to be off the hook, not to collect. That's a way to flip the Shua Dairaisa. So Rashi is troubled. What's the nafkamina between a Shua Dairaisa and a Shua D'Rabbanan? Says Rashi, Shua Dairaisa, the top Rashi, Lidei Shua Dairaisa, Shua Dairaisa Shehi B'Shem, Shua Dairaisa is with the name of Hashem, Oy Bekinoi, or with one of Hashem's nicknames. Furthermore, V'oiches Sefer Biyada, you're holding on to a Sefer Torah, Kedamrinam B'Shvuas, V'chamur Hima'id, it's very chamor. Aval Shua D'Rabbanan, Klala Ba'alma Ke'in Shalano, a Shua D'Rabbanan is merely a Klala Ba'alma. So Rashi is saying that the nafkamina of a Shvua being a Shvua Dairaisa is one of two things. Either Shvua Dairaisa has Nikitas Chayfetz, or Shvua Dairaisa is with the Shem of Hashem. Number one is Shehi B'Shem, or it's B'Nikitas Chayfetz. These are the two nafkaminas between a Shvua Dairaisa and a Shvua D'Rabbanan. Now, other Rishonim have a different take on this. If you look in Tosfos Divrei Hamaschal Ma'isila Lidei Shua Dairaisa, Tosfos in the middle of the Tosfos, Rabbeinu Nira the Nafkamina Aliv the Rav Abba. Let me try to put it up on the screen. Do. Didn't go. Okay, it's going now. Let's see. Okay. Tosfos over here says that the nafkamina between Shua Dairaisa and Shua D'Rabbanan, or Rabbeinu Nira, the nafkamina, I'll leave the Rav Abba, that we paskin like him, that there's a din of Chazra l'mechuyivla, vehecha de'eno yachal shava meshalem, that by Shua Dairaisa, there's a din that if you're not able to swear, you pay. That's only a din by a Shua Dairaisa, not by a Shua D'Rabbanan. Also, Tosfos says that there's a din of Hepech Shvua. Hepech Shvua is only noyeg by a Shua Dairaisa. In other words, to mahapech the Shvua on the other person. In other words, the Rishonim are struggling to understand what does Rav Papa mean, that if the husband is a smart guy, he could bring her to a Shua Dairaisa. What do you mean? She already swore Shua D'Rabbanan. What's the nafkamina between a Shua Dairaisa and Shua D'Rabbanan? Okay, so Rashi says either Shua Dairaisa is with Hashem's name, or Achiza Sefer Torah, or Tosfos says the din of Mitoshen Yachlishav Meshalim is only by Dairaisa, or the din of Hepech Shvua is only Dairaisa. These are four nafkaminas. The Rif, by the way, says a fifth nafkamina, and that is that if the woman does not want to swear, the husband could grab away her nechasim. Okay, that's another nafkamina. That's a very interesting nafkamina. In other words, if a creditor tells the debtor, you owe me money, and the debtor says, no, I don't owe you money, and the debtor has to swear, and the debtor doesn't want to swear, the creditor would be allowed to be toifes her nechasim. Okay, here's what I want to get at. First, I want to deal with Stira and Rashi. Because Rashi on Peichas Aleph says, the nafkamina between Dairaisa and Rabbanon is Dairaisa, you swear with Hashem's name, or you hold a Sefer Torah. Really? That's not what Rashi said on Peizayin Amud Beis. Who remembers this? Rashi on Peizayin Amud Beis, Rashi Divrei Hamaschel, Shavua. Let's see. Rashi Divrei Hamaschel, Shavua Dairaisa. Look at Rashi, the first Rashi on the Gemara. You see Peizayin Amud Beis? The nafkamina deloi mafchinan la ashua dairaisa. We don't flip it. Ashua dairaisa, we don't flip it. So why does Rashi say a different nafkamina? Why does Rashi on Peizayin Amud Beis say the nafkamina ashua dairaisa is the nafkamina deloi mafchinan la? And here Rashi says, right, Rashi earlier says like the second teretz of Tosfos, that by Shua Dairaisa you don't flip it. So why does Rashi here say the nafkamina is Bekinoi, it's B'Shem Hashem or B'Nekitas Chayfetz? Okay. To answer this question, I want to share with you an amazing question of the Raavad. You ready? This is a gavaldic question. You should have thought of it. The question is, why are the Rishonim bothered? What's the nafkamina between a Shua Daraisa and Shua Darabanan? What do you mean, what's the nafkamina? Maybe there's no nafkamina. But he already made her swear because of the Eid Echad who said that she was paid already. She was paid already. So now she has to swear that she wasn't paid. But this is another way to get her to swear. Namely, you're going to pay her the ksuba again, and then you'll have you'll say that the first payment was a loan. So she'll have to swear a second time. So maybe there's no nafkamina between a daraisa and a rabbanan. But what Papa is saying is, even if a daraisa is not any more chamer than a drabanan, until he does this, she only swore once. Now she'll swear a second time. In fact, the Rabbi v'ani tamei ala kosh hazois the hada amrina ipikechu ma'isel de shua daraisa lav l'meimer de miftra mishua de masnisen. It's not to exempt her of the other shua. Meaning, if it was to exempt her of the other shua, then you could ask, what's the nafkamina? Why would he do this? Why just switch one shua for another? Ela de mishava lahashta. He's making her swear now. Ubasar de Gavia matzi hadar meshavla shva dairaisa almana kama b'teras halva kinefar shvazal. He'll make her swear now. In other words, he wants to make her swear that she was not paid. The husband paid her. He claims he paid her. She says, no, you didn't pay me. So she'll have to swear, no, you didn't pay me. But now, what the husband could do is, if he pays her again for the ksuba, then he could at least get her to swear that she didn't borrow money the first time. So in other words, let her swear again. Says the Raavad, why is it necessary for the Rishonim to come up with nafkaminas between the first shvua and the second shvua? Maybe all Rav Papa is saying is, let's obligate her in an additional shvua. But not that the additional shvua would have a different halachic status than the first one. So Rabbi Eiger uses this Raavad to answer the stira and Rashi's. Rashi here on Peiches and Aleph says that the nafkamina between a shua daraisa and a shua darabanan is nekute chefza. Why didn't Rashi say v'loy pirish gamkin le'inyan hepach shua k'moish pirish Rashi al bahad savar Rami bar Chama l'meimar shua daraisa? And this is a question the Achronim ask, a stira and Rashi's. So says Rabbi Eiger, based on the Raavad, the Yam Shlomo brings in the name of the Raavad, that when the Gemara says ipikeach, he could bring her to a shvua d'oraisa, meaning even after he made her swear the shvuas eid echad, af la'achar shenishbata shvuas eid echad meid shehi parua. So in other words, it's an additional shvua. He says, look in the Nemukei Yosef, in the beginning of Shvuas Hadayanim, he brings the name of Shas Shuvas Arif, that someone who swears a shvua d'Rabbanan, and then the Eid Echad comes, Tzarech lachzer v'lishava l'hakrish ha'ed, the shvua l'hakrish hu b'nekitas chayfetz. So in other words, like this. Maybe what the Raavad asks is, when Rav Papa says ipikeach, ma'isi lo yidei shvua d'oraisa, after she swears that she wasn't paid, she swears a shvuas eid echad that she doesn't owe the money for the loan. But if you look in the lashon of the Rif says the only way it's possible to be mechayiv someone an additional shvua is if the second shvua has been a kitas chayfetz. What does that mean? Says Rabbi Eiger, from here we see that there are times you could obligate a second shvua, provided that the second shvua is adding something to the first shvua. If the second shvua is not adding anything to the first shvua, you can make someone swear again. Tzarech lachzor v'lishav l'hakish ha'ed l'shvua l'hakish hu b'nekitas chayfetz. Mavur davke heichad yesh hefresh ben guf ha'shvua im hi b'nekitas chayfetz tzarech lachzor v'lishava. If there is a distinction between the second shvua over the first, then you could make someone swear a second shvua. Aval heichad the shvuas ba'atzmam shavim, if the shvuas are equal, einoi chayzer v'nishba. You don't go swear again. Demaishna zemizeh. Why is one different than the other? So we could say like this, it's amazing. V'imkein ladina de haraavad, the din of the Raavad, that you're allowed to make someone swear again, is only Rashi l'shitase, that the shvua of the Mishnah is a shvua d'Rabbanan without nekitas chayfetz, and the shvua d'oraisa is with nekitas chayfetz. So therefore the Gemara asks, if the Baal's a pikeach, he could get her to swear again, because the first shvua d'Rabbanan is without nekitas chayfetz, and the second one is with. Avalashitas Toisvis, the Av Shvuas Hamishna Mekitas Chayfetz. By the way, Toisvis says, if you look in the top Toisvis on Peiches, Toisvis Der Maschal Maisila, Toisvis brings that even by Yeshua D'Rabbanan there's Nekitas Chayfetz. So therefore, according to Toisvis, the second shvua is not adding anything to the first shvua, so Tosfos therefore has to say that the only nafkamina between d'oraisa and d'Rabbanan is whether you're mahapech or not. But Rashi, who holds there is a difference, that's not the real nafkamina. The real nafkamina is that you can make him swear again. You can make her swear again, but you could only make her swear again if there's a hoisafa. That hoisafa is nekitas chayfetz. In other words, there's no stira in Rashi. The real nafkamina between shvua d'oraisa and shvua d'Rabbanan is whether you could be mahapechet. That's the nafkamina. The only thing is, when the Gemara here is asking that he could bring her to shvua d'oraisa, the Gemara is really saying, let him make her swear again. And to make her swear again, there has to be something fundamentally different about the second shvua. Namely, therefore Rashi says it's been a kitas chayfetz. But according to Tosfos, that even the shvua in the Mishnah has been a kitas chayfetz, then you can't make her swear again. So, what's the question? The question is, make her swear one shvua, which is d'oraisa. He says on the bottom line, "Mikamag Rashi yesh loymar k'moshe kasafti mkeinira dezehu kavanas Rashi." The Ratzul Farish, Rashi wants to explain Maisi leili de shvua d'oraisa hainu af la'achar shenishbas. Even after she swore the first time, the question is, let her swear again. And the nafkamina can't be, the nafkamina between Dairaisa and Rabbanan is a Dairaisa, you could flip it. Because if there's nothing fundamentally added about the Shvua, you can make her swear again. Therefore Rashi has to say the nafkamina is Nekitas Chayfetz. A nafkamina and the Guf HaShvua, that they're different, that the Shvua, the original Shvua, the Mishnah is only Rabbanan without Nekitas Chayfetz, and the Shvua that Rav Papa is saying you could add is Midairaisa with Nekitas Chayfetz. Rashi earlier was saying that the difference between the Dairaisa and the Rabbanan is whether you're mahapich it or not. But here the Gemara is asking, let her swear a second time, that you need to find an nafkamina in the fundamental nature of the Shua. So that's Rabbi Akiva Eiger's approach to answer this stira on Rashi's. Okay, Rabbi Say? Shkayach. Stay tuned for this week's daf schedule. It may be Sunday, Monday. Okay, I'll try to let you know a little bit later in the day. Kal Tav.